Why did Patrice Evra leave Manchester United?
That's the question I didn't want you to ask me. It was the hardest decision in my life. It's difficult because I will have to deal with my wife at home. I call her Roy Keane, you know, when she's angry.
You call her Roy Keane? Well, I really enjoyed your twerking, and I would never think that's the first time you twerked looking at that
You
video.
enjoy? In which way
I really
you enjoy?
enjoyed the twerk. Well, just in entertaining way.
I love this game!
Patrice, you're holding a board with some of the web's most searched questions about yourself, and you're going to answer them. How do you feel?
I feel I'm scared.
You scared?
No, I'm never scared.
You're never scared?
I'm joking. No, I'm happy. I'm happy. I like when people ask me questions because I try to be the most clear I can when I answer about it.
Okay, first one, let's go.
Let's see the first one. No.
So here it is. Is Patrice Evra retired? Big first question.
Everyone asks me this question. Not yet, but maybe after this interview, yes, I will.
This is an exclusive for us. Yeah. You're announcing your retirement as of today.
Exactly. Exactly.
And that must be a tough decision for you because you've had a very successful career.
Yeah.
How hard a decision was that for you to make?
To be fair, easy. To be fair, easy because I think I feel really blessed. I feel really grateful every day about what I achieve. I just, I'm a little bit emotional even to say it now. But I think it's the right time to do it. I win so many trophies, so at the end, I just, walk with my instinct. And I just want to stop now. I'm 38 now, I know I'm still look young.
You do look very good,
still look young. But I'm 38, so I just want like the new generation to enjoy it more. So I'm happy with that.
So what next for Patrice Evra? The playing career is finished. Are you looking to go into management, coaching, media?
I will finish, definitely I will finish my coach badges. When Sir Alex Ferguson, before he retired, I've been to his office and he said, 2 of my players will be great manager, and he mentioned me and Ryan Giggs. So it was a big compliment, but I don't want to do it straight away, so I will work a little bit on TV. I will keep working with my brand as well. I love this game. I will do many stuff. I love to make people happy, to make them laugh, but when I am at work, I am really focused. So that's why I know I need maybe another year to enjoy life.
Right, okay. How many trophies has Patrice Evra won? I need to calculate for this one because there's a lot, isn't there?
Yeah, not a lot. I think just 21, so...
Straight away you do.
Sorry guys, don't be jealous. I just want to share. Anyway, 21. So that's why I'm like... I feel blessed, I know I lost a lot of final, especially Champions League final. I've been 5 times in a Champions League final and I lost 4. But actually, just to be in the final 5 times, to win 21 trophy, because I know like some people make joke, he always lose the final of Champions League, but at the end I win 21 trophies.
It's not bad, is it?
So it's not bad at all. It's not, and I won. I win as well the Champions League because sometimes people forget that, and I win it in 2008 with Man United. So no, I couldn't wish more.
Do you have a particular career highlight? Would it be the Champions League final because you played in so many of them? Or is it tough to pick one?
It's tough to pick one. Of course, the final, the Champions League final, I think is one of the best trophies in the world. But always when I have to pick a highlight, I always pick that first game with Man United against Manchester City, because it was the first time in my life I was playing at 12. I was only 3 days training with the squad. The morning before the game, I see my teammate, my French teammate, Mikel Silvestre, Luisa, eating some pasta, beans and everything. So I'm not a big fan of breakfast, so I started doing the same at 9 o'clock.
Eating pasta at 9 o'clock?
It was a big mistake,
Right.
So I went to my room, I feel sick, I start to vomit.
You actually started to vomit?
Yeah, I started to vomit in my room. So I was like, I want to tell to Alex Ferguson, I maybe can't play. But at the end, I was so proud, and I say they will say like I'm, myself. So I say no, I didn't. I didn't. I know you know what I mean. So at the end, I didn't. I played the game. Seriously, one of the worst games in my life. I remember the first 45 minutes. The football was so fast, so strong. And I remember it was like a corner kick, and I was like on the post, you know, and I was like thinking, what you doing here? You know, you were in Monte Carlo enjoying the sun. The football is so tough here. And even, you know, I was already playing with the French national team. I've been in the final of Champions, but it was completely different. Yeah. So I remember at halftime, we come in the dressing room and I received like a head ball, so I was bleeding. And
it's a bad day this for you, isn't it?
Yeah, and Ferguson was talking to everyone and he said, you, Patrice, now you sit down and you learn how to play the English football. Wow. So it was my first impression of Ferguson. And the worst part is when I went home and my agent was with his wife, I remember, and he come to me and he was like, oh, Patrice, I'm really sorry to bring you to Man United. We made a big mistake, and you know, his wife was looking at me and everything. So yeah, it was a tough time. And I always pick that moment of highlight in my career, I will say, with Man United, especially it's because after that, I just work like stronger and harder, like maybe because I was coming from Monaco, I was like the best left back in the world when we played at Champions League in 2004, so I was like maybe big head and put myself down.
Who is the best player Patrice Evra played with?
Wow, it would be easy for me to say Cristiano Ronaldo, Wayne Rooney, but I would say Ryan Giggs and even Paul Scholes, because playing alongside them, they teach me how to be the most consistent player. When I look at them, I learn so much. I will tell you a story about them. I was injured. I was not supposed to training that day, and I was in the massage table. I was with the physio, and I saw Scholes was limping because he had a problem with his knee. And I see Giggsy look at me like, you don't train, Patrice, today? And I was like, oh, he said, oh, enjoy your holiday. So they left. And suddenly I was like, wait, those guys are 10 years older than me. They're going to train. This guy is limping. And I am in the massage table like a diva. No chance. I put my boots. I remember the physio said, no, but you can't, you're injured, we have a game. I said, I don't care. I go outside and train. I train with the pain, but at the end I was like really, really happy to don't let my teammate down. I mean like Ryan Giggs or Paul Scholes, because that's why I say like people always blame the new generation, but they need example. And I've been lucky to have that when I joined Man United. So yeah, I will say Ryan Giggs and Paul Scholes.
Do you think that's a little bit what's missing at Man United now? Because they've clearly got great
there's a lot of things missing at Man United.
But you look at that team you played in, the amount of leaders
of course, no, but of course. So that's why, like, I think some players don't know where they are. They don't understand to play for Man United, what he represents.
What it means to play.
What it means to play for Man United. Like I always say, to understand the story of the club, I read some book, I watch some DVD. So that's why when I see like Bobby Charlton on the plane with us, when I check his hand, for me it's like, you know, I still can't believe like how he can travel with us with the crash in Munich and everything. So you have to know about the story, but also in the dressing room you need some character. You need some people, and that's why like Cristiano Ronaldo and Rooney, everything, we were lucky because like he were like actually few players like Gary Neville, I don't know, Roy Keane, many players, they were already there, so it's easy for us, you know. And I remember when I talk about like Robin van Persie, when he joined United, we were on the bike and he go and everyone, hi. When he come to me, I say, welcome to a man club, you know, and he start laughing and everything because I always like having some nice joke with Arsenal, but I respect a lot Arsenal. But at the end, he came one day after 3 months, he said, wow, Patrice, I understand what you mean. Because all of you already won so many trophies, but you still like walking in the gym before the training and after training. So you need an example. So that's why after, if someone asks why I leave Man United, you will understand what I mean.
Hopefully you can peel this one off. Yeah, there we go. They're on quite tight, the sellotape, but here we go. Who had the biggest influence on Patrice Evra's career?
Many people. That's the problem. First one, yeah, it's tough. First one, I will say my coach when I was in Nice, Sandro Salvioni, Italian, because he's the first one. He say, Patrice, you have to play left back. I was a striker, and after I become a left winger. And I remember when I was playing for Nice in the second division, and the left back been injured the last 15 minutes, so I started playing left back, and I play well, and we won the game 2-1. So after, during the week to prepare the next game, he gave like the bibs to everyone, and he said, you playing left back? And I said, no, I don't play left back, I'm a left winger. He said, okay, you don't want to play? I take and I said, no, okay, even goalkeeper I can play.
I just want to play.
Yeah, I just want to play. So he forced me to play that. He said, you're going to become the best left back in the world. So I'm like really grateful to him. And the second, I will say, I mean, like, it's between Ferguson and Didier Deschamps. Because I always say, Didier Deschamps teach me winning is really important. Alex Ferguson teach me winning is something normal. So those two managers, they have a big influence in my life, and I'm still talking with them. And you know, Ferguson, even if sometimes he give me the hair dryer, but for me, he's one of the best. It is the best manager in the world. I don't know. It's just like my dad. You know.
So many players say that. Ronaldo said that. He's like a father figure.
Yeah, the connection is so strong. You know, yeah. I've been many times to his house, and that's why when he had that incident, I was really sad. But
the heart scare.
Yeah, the heart scare. But the worst day, I think, since I was playing for Man United is when he decided to retire. Because I remember 2 weeks before he retired, he said, like, people think I will retire, but I will stay here another 5 years. We're going to build a team to win again the Champions League. Cristiano Ronaldo will come back 99%. Wow. I need another player. So it was a big trauma for me. My way home, when I was driving in my car, I couldn't believe, but he have his reason, and I respect that.
Was that feeling shared by other players as well? You said it was a trauma for you, a really bad time.
Yeah, for many players, especially
the whole squad?
Yeah, the whole squad, especially for Robin van Persie, because he was just joining United, Shinji Kagawa. I can see through their eyes, they were like, wow, what's going on? We couldn't believe it. So yeah, it was a big trauma.
So Patrice, you've done the first board. How did you find it?
I'm tired.
You're tired already?
Never tired. Too much energy. No, get more. I hope we have like 10 like this. I don't want to.
We've got this and another one, so let's get straight into the next question.
Exactly.
Was Patrice Evra the best left back in the world?
So I've been named 3 times the best left back in the world, and it starts with 2004 when I was still playing for Monaco. So I will say from 2004 until 2016, few years I've been the best left back in the world, and people can question it, but I think I've been the most consistent.
Where was Patrice Evra born?
I don't know. Should ask my mom.
Love that. Long time ago.
Long time ago. No, I was born in Senegal, in Dakar. And after 1 year, that's when we left. We've been in Brussels, in Belgium. And after I grew up, of course, in Paris, so yeah.
What was that like moving? Because you moved to, did you say Belgium, then to France?
Yeah, my dad worked at the embassy of Senegal. So he's been moved like in Belgium and after in France. So, but actually we moved because my mom, she have a sister, and we live a little bit with her sister, like my auntie, for a while, but we were too many, so after we have to find somewhere to live.
To find somewhere else. Yeah. Okay, good memories though. Okay, the next one's quite a long one.
Well,
so hopefully we're not stuck it down too tightly. Brings us on quite nicely actually from what you were alluding to there. How many brothers and sisters does Patrice Evra have? Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because the answer is always when I say, I've got 24.
24?
Yeah, you see? Why you say that? You know, I tell you about my private life and straight away, 24? No.
Sorry.
Relax.
Okay.
Enjoy.
24?
Yeah, I think my dad never watched TV, or maybe lose the remote control. We were like sleeping in one mattress, we were like 3. Yeah. 3 people, you know, sometimes one have to be that way, the other one that way, the other one that way, so to make more space. Wow. So we were making sure like everyone was washing his feet, you know, before we going to bed, because we don't want any smelly feet in your face when you sleep. So yeah, it's a lot. And don't talk about my nephews. I've got like, now he's more than 75. And they all call me Santa, so yeah.
Great question. I don't know how we top that on the next one. Interesting one. Does Patrice Evra speak Korean?
I know a few words. Because, of course, people know Ji-sung Park in the football world is my best friend. It's like even my brother. So I went to Korea 3 times, and I love to learn language. You know, I speak 6 languages. I wasn't that good at school, but it's just about traveling a lot, communicate with a lot of people. And it's just a gift. It's not like I'm the most clever mind, like people when I say, oh, you speak 6 languages. No, it's just, I got it really fast. But the problem in the Korean, and that's why I say to G, why you don't have an alphabet like everyone? So they don't have A, B, C, D. It's just like word, but so it's really complicated. But, you know, I would say annyeonghaseyo to all the Korean
Yeah, go on, give us a bit of Korean down the camera.
No,
Go on.
annyeonghaseyo, I'm bigone, and komao.
And what does that mean?
You mean, hello, I'm tired, and thank you very much.
Perfect. What more do you need to know?
Exactly.
And you say you speak 6 languages. That is impressive. Remind us of the languages that you can speak fluently then.
French, Italian, Portuguese, Spanish, English, if you say so.
Yeah, brilliant.
And Wolof is where I come from Senegal, so yeah, 6.
Okay.
And Korean, no, I don't speak Korean. I know a few words, so I won't lie.
So the motivation to speak Korean was all down to your friendship? With
like I say, like, G was really shy. He's really shy, and I love when people are really shy because that's where I go to them. That's when I want to know them. Like I remember, I will talk as well about Dimitri Berbatov. You know, when he come to Manchester, people was like, "Oh, he's not talking," and so every morning I was shouting. You know, I've got a lot of energy, and he was always, Patrice, you know, he's in the morning, and I say, more you say that, more I'm gonna shout until you love me. So I shout, and he start laughing, and we start to be like good friends. And now he call me every time when he needs something. So sometime call me just to say, oh, I am. No, because you need something, Dimitri. Yeah, he's a little bit jealous because I'm the king of Bulgaria, and he's a little bit jealous about that. But no, that's me anyway.
The final board.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
You're gonna cry. You're enjoying this, aren't you?
I'm enjoying it a lot.
I'm really enjoying it. Right, okay.
Let's go.
I've been waiting for this. Why does Patrice Evra say, I love this game?
I love this game! I couldn't wait for this one. That's a great question. Thank you very much. No.
It's searched a lot as well. A lot of people are searching for that. Tell us the reason behind it.
It's really simple. You know, actually, you know, I make fun a lot about I love this game, but it's a positive message. It's the way to live. And since I was young, like people say, oh, Patrice, you're shouting, I love this game because you're famous, because you're rich. No, it's since day one, because I think I'm so lucky. I feel so grateful, you know, about what God gave me, about what my family gave me. And I love this game. It means like you live your life with, you being positive, happy, and share that happiness, share that love to people. That's why when I do some funny video and I see some comment, people say like, Patrice, I have a sad day, but when I look at your video, I just start smiling. For me, you don't understand how happy, and I am like that. When I make you happy, you make me more happy. Actually, if you change it, it's I love my life. Right. But I change it of game because life, you know, is a game. Yeah. So I say it from day one. And even when I was begging in front of shop to people to have some money to buy me for buying a sandwich, I was still loving this game. And I'm always like that. The only difference is I share it on social media. Right.
A lot of time and thought goes into the videos that you do. You have costumes, you have outfits, you sing, you dance. Do you have a favourite video that you've put on Instagram?
It's really difficult. I think I'm like so crazy. Like I wake up in the morning, I think it's many people inside my brain because sometimes I look at them, I'm like,
you look at them? Yeah.
What, I'm like, what you doing? Or sometimes I'm just laughing at myself. You are just crazy. But it's a good crazy, you know. But to pick one, wow, is difficult. I think the one I like is the one I post when, because I've got like 2 shelter in Senegal. Right. So more than 400 kids, they're going there. And I post a video when they were singing for me.
Oh, nice.
And I think that's one of the best days in my life because I say like, finally, I know why I am on planet Earth, you know, to help those kids, you know. spreading that positive energy all around the world. So that's why people say, yeah, sometimes I am a clown, I like it. Sometimes I talk serious, I love it, you know. It's like, I love this game, you can be everything, but you have to make sure like you have a good heart and you do the best you can.
There's two that I particularly like on yours. One is in the wig, the pink wig, singing Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Do you remember that? And then the other one, it's very random, is you twerking on the staircase. Where did the motivation come from?
Can I say something about the twerk? I never twerk in my life.
Really?
I promise
Before
you.
that day?
I swear on my kids, I never twerk, and I didn't know I could twerk better than few women. So people was jealous about that twerk. But yeah, I was in shock. When I looked the video, I was like, pa, you know to twerk, wow. I was so surprised with myself, but it just came, the inspiration, like I say. Just put the music and like be crazy. Like, I do, you know, a lot of people say, oh, Patrice, but who you are, the leader, you are the captain, you shouldn't. I didn't sign for that. I signed to be a footballer player. So judge me on the pitch. Outside the pitch, I do whatever I want. This is me, like, anyway.
Well, I really enjoyed your twerking, and I'll never think that's the first time you twerked looking at that.
You enjoy? In which way you enjoy?
I really enjoyed the twerk. Well, just in entertaining way.
It's okay, don't worry. I'm fine with that.
Should we move on to the next question?
Yeah, next.
Let's do that. Why did Patrice Evra leave Manchester United?
That's the question I didn't want you to ask me. But you know, I am someone I never run away about things. So, first reason, it was for my family. They couldn't live anymore in Manchester. And it was the hardest decision in my life. Wow. Even if I've been to Juventus and I win trophy, we've been in the final of Champions League, it was the hardest because I really think I will die for this club, and like I couldn't even work as a ground man staff if they don't want me as a player because I love this club so much. So, big decision. And for the first time in my life, I will say I wasn't being selfish of making decision for myself because I always like make sure I decide and my family have to follow and everything. So for the first time, I say, okay, I will put my family first. So we have to leave, and it was also one factor. It was with Ed Woodward, and I think he was desperate for me to stay. He did everything, but he do one thing, and that's when after we've been arguing together for many years, but now we're back, and you can see me. I've been to a few games with him. Is before the end of the season in 2013, I remember he said, Patrice, okay, you're gonna stay another year because I've got an option. I signed when I was with David Gill and Alex Ferguson, and I say, you know what, I wish I can, but I can't because for a family reason, I need to leave. So he checked my hand and he said, yes, of course, I understand that. You've been a great servant for the club, but we're gonna really miss you, and we won't sign your option. So I remember on my birthday, I was in Dubai having a dinner, and I received a text from my agent, and he said, Patrice, where are you? I said, I'm having a dinner. It's the 15th of May. It was the day of my birthday. So he said, can you go far if we are with some people? I said, oh, what kind of news you asked me to go like far from? And he said, I will send you a message, but don't go angry. So the message was the statement of Manchester United. We are pleased and confirmed to renew the option of Patrice Evra for another year. Wow. So I go mad. I go mad because I say like, you can't renew that option. But it was like a B1, like the club can do it or myself. Right. So they did it. And you know, Ed gave me his hand and he said he won't. So I feel really disappointed. I call him. I swear on the phone, threatening him. You know, it was like a bad call. He put the phone down. He said, I'm your director of football. You can't talk that way. I said, I'm going to fine you and everything. So it was a bad moment. So we left. I don't even finish eating. We left. I tried to call him back. He didn't answer. And after he answered, he said, if you be polite, we talk. If not, and I start to be polite. Why you do that? And I start to swear again. So he put the phone down. After that, Ryan Giggs called me and he said, come on, Patrice, you can't leave this club for one man and everything. But, you know, I was so disappointed. So at the end, I find an excuse to leave Man United, you know, because I was saying to my wife, we're going to leave, but inside, I will never leave United. So that gave me a little push, you know, but I understand. Maybe some people won't understand why Ed did that, but I understand because between the senior player, and I'm not afraid to say that, I was the only one he really wanted to keep. Like even David Moyes, before he gets sacked, I was the only one he wanted to keep. He was, you know, he already said, I think, to Ferdinand, we don't need you anymore, to Nemanja Vidic. But me, like, they couldn't lose me, like I say, like in the dressing room, you need a character. So at the end, I understand him, but I didn't understand why he betrayed me. You know, he should like call me and to say like, we're gonna renew the option, to explain. But yeah, we fell out, and we talked recently, and you know, I'm someone I forgive, but yeah, that was the little extra push.
So do you think if that incident hadn't have happened, you would have remained a Man United
player?
But
it's difficult because I will have to deal with my wife at home. I call her Roy Keane, you know, when she's angry.
You call her Roy Keane?
Yeah, when she's angry. So I don't know.
She gets very angry then?
I don't know. Yeah, she's tough. You know, I know her since I was 13. Yeah. So yeah, and I've not been always good with her. So, you know, even when you say which people have been the most influenced, I can as well mention my wife. So I don't know. You know, only God knows. I've been to Juventus. I win so many trophies. I think in 2 years and a half, 5, we win the league twice, Super Cup. We reached the final of Champions League. And one funny thing, you know, my wife, she say when we reached the final, you see? She was like, you see? I am right. And I say, you know what? I can even win like 3 Champions League with Juventus, but it will never have the same satisfaction than when I was playing for Man United. Like, I remember the first 2 months was really hard in Juventus because when I wear that shirt, I was like, what the? You know, this is not me. But I start to love Juventus like crazy at the end. But it was so difficult to leave Man United though. So I was like, you know what? I called my agent. I remember when they were struggling, they were like nearly in the bottom of the league, you know, when I left. And I said, I want to go back. He said, you crazy? You with Juventus, you're winning the Serie A. I was like, even if the Titanic have to fall, I have to be the Leonardo DiCaprio. So to tell you how much like United are inside my vein, and it will be like forever. I always say forever red.
Forever red, I like that.
Exactly.
I can tell that from a lot of interviews that you've done. You speak very fondly about all of your former clubs, but you seem to have Manchester United seems to be on a whole new level. I read a quote that you said that you have to sacrifice your life to play or to work for Man United.
I think it wasn't funny, you know, the flag, like the fans, they were putting United, kids, and wife. I didn't find it funny. I'm not ashamed to say that, like, that was my way of thinking. Like, of course, I love my family, but that was the price. Like, it was difficult for my family because even when I was at home, I was thinking about my teammate, about the game we have to win, you know? So that flag, for me, it was true. It wasn't funny.
So will we see Patrice Evra back at Manchester United at some point in the future, do you think? In some role, behind the scenes?
Maybe. Not yet, like I say. You know, I've been talking with Ed also about the football director and stuff like that. But not yet, because when I back for this club, I want to sacrifice my life again, you know, because for me, it's the biggest club in the world. And you have to be ready to do that. And you have to be, I will say, honest with yourself. And yet, no. And when I want to go back, I want like my United people, when they join the club, to play for the badge, to play for the history, to play for the Busby babe. This is me. It may sound crazy, I maybe take it too serious because it's only football, but that was my way to work and to think to succeed at Man United.
This one, what did Patrice Evra say about lunch at Ronaldo's house?
Never go.
Never go?
Never go again. I would never go again. This guy is crazy. I love him. I love you, Cristiano, but don't invite me again. Because, no, you know, it was after training, I remember, and Cristiano said, okay, Patrice, let's have a lunch at home. I said, oh, yeah, cool. I was like, okay, we're going. So we go there, I arrive, like, it was a big table, it was some of his family, and it was like just water, of course, big salad, plain chicken, So, you know, I start hating. I was like, Cristiano is no sauce, no sauce.
Really
no,
healthy then?
Yeah, really healthy, really healthy. So I'm fine. I'm fine with healthy food, you know. This is not the problem. We don't even finish, and he said, come on, let's play two-touch in the garden. So we start to playing two-touch. After that, he said, let's go to the pool. So we start swimming and everything. So after we went to the sauna, and I look at him. I said, but, you know, we just had training. You tell me, you invite me for lunch, but we have another training session, so make sure next time, I will make sure next time I will say no to your invitation. So I love him, but I will never go again.
Is that part of why he's got to the top, you think? Because he is so driven with everything he does.
When I say he's the best player in the world, I know like people, they say you just say that because he's your friend and everything. Cristiano works so hard, he never complained. When we were like running, I know like striker, midfield, when you start running, they hate it. He never complained, he was the first. I remember training was at start maybe at 10. At 8, he was already here, like going in the gym. When we finished the training session, he put like some cone, start to do some skill, practice his free kick without any goalkeeper. That's why I respect him. And it's a story with Rio Ferdinand, and he always says it's not true, but it's true, because it was a lot of people. So they were playing table tennis, and he beat Cristiano. So everyone was like, oh my God, he beat you. Cristiano was like so angry. So I think he went home, he buy a tennis table. He started to practice for 2 weeks. He come back, he said, oh, Ria, I'm gonna beat you this time and everything. So we were like, oh, you know, come on. And he beat him. So that he tell you, like, Cristiano never give up. He want to be the best at everything. He want to be, I say like, sometimes your clothes are not the best, but he want to be the best at everything. He can't lose, he just can't. So that's why I respect him so much. As a work ethic, that's why I will say, for me, Cristiano is the best athlete. I don't know other athlete in the world, so I don't judge, but he's one of the best athletes in the world.
Just don't go around his house for lunch.
Just don't go there, because you're gonna be crazy.
Okay, last question. What have we got for the last one? Okay, are Patrice Evra and Paul Pogba best friends?
We're not best friends. Paul is my little brother, so he's more than a friend. Like I said, my best friend is Chimen Bianga, from where I grew up in the street. And in football, of course, it's Patrices. But Paul is my little brother, so that's why I care a lot about him. When he left Man United, I was sad, but I joined him actually at Juventus. So we really connected, like we FaceTime most of, I will say, practically every day. It's more like a big brother. I protect him a lot, and so that's why I give him a lot of advice. Sometimes he listens, sometimes he's not, but I'm not his dad. I'm not like, you know, when I say like, I always give advice, but I want people to do whatever they want, you know. If they have to go against the wall and fall, they have to fall, and they will grow up, they will learn from mistake. I always say that. So that's why, no, he's just my little brother.
Do you think some of the criticism that Paul Pogba got last season was a bit unfair, given that, as you alluded to earlier, there were a lot of problems at Man United last season? Do you think he gets singled out sometimes?
Of course, but it's normal, you know, when you are a lot in social media, when you are yourself. Like, people criticize me a lot when I start to do like some funny video. I think I won't do those kind of video when I was playing at the top of United. I think Ferguson will chop my head. So you have to find the right moment, you know, to do them. And like, especially people will accept it when you win many trophies, when they know you are professional. Because I always say, like, I don't care about any player if they're doing like some social media, but make sure you're doing things like people want to know about your life. Like when they post like nice 3-point, I don't criticize that, but it's boring. I think a fan.
We go again.
Exactly,
you know.
we go again. He will be like, yes, this is your job.
Yeah.
So stop posting this. Post about yourself. If you want to play with your dog or stuff like that, do whatever. But like I said, they are like free to do whatever they want. But I'm just like giving an advice, like if you want to do social media, if you don't want to upset the fan, because the fan are coming to the stadium, they pay the sponsor, so people don't understand, like you can do a funny video dancing. If you just have a bad game, they will say this guy is playing with our money, you know, so just to be clever. But do whatever you want. But I think why I'm a little bit sad about when they attack Paul is like some people talk about football, some people don't talk about football. They're gonna talk about lifestyle, and that's when I don't agree. But when a player someone say he didn't have a good game and this, everyone, I had a bad game every time. Like people, not every time. Sorry, I'm sorry. Rarely, because I always say like playing for Man United. I remember my standard was like when you play for Man United, when you play an amazing game, people will say it's a good game. When you play a normal game, they will say, it was okay. And when you play a bad game, it was the worst game. That's the way I've been just. So that's why I say it's easy to play for the team, but to play for Man United is really difficult because you always have to stay at the top. So
just finally then, you say Paul Pogba, you're close friends, you speak to him regularly. Do you think Paul Pogba will be a Manchester United player at the start of next season?
It's difficult, you know. I didn't speak yet. We have like some conversation, you know. I always tell him, it's important to play for Man United and to stay at United. But at the end, he will make his own decision. I think, of course, people know many teams want Paul. So I don't know. He still have a contract with Manchester United. But trust me, when Paul wants to leave, he will leave. I'm really convinced. But like I said, I'm not lying to you. No. Even if I know, I won't tell you. Okay. But I didn't know. I don't know. I don't know. And I don't want to say it anyway.
Patrice, genuine pleasure. Thank you for your time.
Nice to meet you.
Good luck for retirement as well.
Thank you, and thanks for coming.
Loved it.